to SCDCENT Presents The Age Woman. I am your girl, Miss Nicole, and I am coming today live and direct from my house and in my kitchen. And I was inspired I was going to put these tips on my Sister Junior Hawashai life coach page, life group page, but I changed my mind because I'd rather put them on my podcast. That way I can give you guys some great entertainment and provide like a great service to you guys. And I think that it'll be better. And a lot of people do better by seeing instead of all that reading. A lot of people don't want to read. So, as a beginner herbalist, I have been working for some months now, trying to understand and how to apply herbs. Inspired by Dr. Sabi and his wisdom, because Dr. Sabi is the only man other than Jesus that we actually have record of healing somebody using things that was created by the Most High. So that's why we gotta listen to Dr. Sabi. I'm gonna tell you that, period, point blank. So I'm not telling you my own words. I'm telling you what I learned from him and how I am applying his wisdom. Okay, so if you're interested in getting into herbs, which I think that to a degree everyone should be wanting to be able to be that nurse in their family to take care of their babies and their husband, I think that would be a wonderful thing. Also, if you hear music open in the background, that's my stepson in the studio upstairs doing his music. But moving on, we all should aspire to at least know some form or fashion of natural ways to heal ourselves. We should not be dependent on Western medicine because Western medicine has failed us. Period. Our diet is jacked up. We're not eating what we're supposed to eat. I'm not eating what I'm supposed to eat. So please, before you start thinking, I'm in some great position, I'm not. I'm just waking up to this. And in order for me to help others, because it's a lot of people that's even at my level, or it's a lot of people more advanced than me, and you people who more advanced than me, shout out a sister and put me down with some game. So I ain't got to learn everything the hard way. And I ain't nobody out here telling that people who really want to change what they need to do. So that's what my podcast is about. Give me one moment and I'll be right back for a brief message. We got to pay the bills, so I'll be right back. And when I come back, we'll get into our discussion and what we are going to do to set up our house to begin processing and receiving herbs. Thanks, guys. We'll be right back. Hey, thanks for listening to my podcast. If you ever wanted to have your very own podcast, I can tell you how to set it up right now. Anchor is an awesome app that's free to download. You can use its creation tools to edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast so that you can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more other platforms. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenerships. And also, it has everything that you need in one place. All you need to do is go download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. I look forward to hearing your new podcast any day now. Thanks. And now back to the show. Hey everybody, and welcome back. Thanks for listening. And I want to get right to it because we don't have a lot of time. So this time I'm going to tell you some of the tools that I have because I've begun to use my concoctions. A little bit of background on me. As you guys know, my husband was diagnosed with multiple myeloma back in August of this year. Totally flipped us up. And as having a medical background and actually see what's going on in the health industry and how they was handling taking care of my husband, I realized that I had to be his advocate and learn how to help him and what he needs. I've been studying his labs and his test results and everything that I could possibly do to make sure that I'm on point and understanding what's going on with my husband at all times. because that's what I'm supposed to do. Right? I was real curious. I told him this today, that I was real curious about how the world I end up with a Brooklyn OG when I'm just a country girl from Savannah. You know what I'm saying? I was wondering how I end up with a country OG, and it just was one of them things, you know. But anyway, so I ended up getting into the herbs because I need to heal my husband. That's my job. I'm a healer. This is what I'm here for. So some things that have been wonderful. A basic setup is, the first thing that you got to do is you're going to need stainless steel for everything. You need stainless steel pots, a couple of two, the big stock pot, and maybe like a smaller rice pot. I utilize my coffee maker a whole lot. I just put like a filter in there, and I filter the herbs through the coffee maker a few times, which is really helpful in making teas. Get you some cheap vodka and soak those roots in vodka. The roots that you're inspired to use, hard pieces of wood, do really good if you soak it in vodka. And I'm gonna tell you something, these herbs really work. Okay? So just to let you know, if you have any doubt in your mind, these herbs really work. But you have to not be afraid of them, because they're here for you. And you can give yourself a little level of leeway, and it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be what it is. Okay? So I have to take a break, but when I come back, I'm going to give you some more great information. So be patient with me. We'll be right back after this message. And welcome back. So as I was saying, however you're inspired to utilize your herbs. Now powders are kind of difficult at this time for me, because I want to incorporate some powders, but and also too, the incorporating the powders is very difficult at this point. I have to, like, the powders is more for if you're going to make a meal, or you can use the powder if you want to add it to like your food. You can really incorporate the herbs in the food if you're cooking something heavy. Like if we make our own bone broth, so you save up all your big meat bones, all your beef bones and everything that you have, and you keep that, and vegetable scraps, the ones that you don't plant, save those and put them in a freezer bag. Put those in the freezer, right? Dump all those bones and scraps in there, and in that you go ahead and y'all like these organic vegetables and everything. Any kind of veggies you want to add to that to make your bone broth. I'm using spring water when I make it spoon and when I fix my herbs, so definitely want to use some spring water, some good distilled water, not tap water, because you want your food and everything to be alive. So I put it in my stock pot, and I bring the bones. I let the bones cook overnight, really, really low on the stove. Once you let all that stuff cook, then at the next morning, then whatever herbs you're inspired to put in that bone broth, you can do that, and then let it cook for some hours so all that medicine can get in that bone broth, and then you filter all that things off, and that is like some good medicine right now. Whatever you got in there that you cooking that up, that's some good medicine, because that's got some goodness in that, and it's made from bone broth. But I know God, but I'm vegan. Okay, but if you're vegan, that's great. Just use the vegetables, don't use the meat, because you can always make vegetable broth. There we go. And if you don't have no bones or nothing like that, you could just use your electric water and get you some of that base stock seasoning, which is a wonderful alternative. Just be very light with it, because it's very salty, so you don't want to use a whole lot of it to overthrow your pots. So once again, so I also have, like I say, stainless steel everything. You want to get you some strainers and some you need a funnel, you need like the finest shifter you can find, the finest filter you can find, like a cheesecloth, because you want to definitely filter all those little pieces out of there, because there is a lot. But I do that. I keep my water bottles. Keep your water bottles because, like I say, you need to use the water bottles. You definitely want to make sure you got some kind of sweetener, the agave syrup, blackstrap molasses, and you can use maple syrup, the good maple syrup. Those will help with like really bitter herbs. Casey sagrada is very, and I'm sorry if I slaughtered that name, but that is a very bitter herb. You don't want to take that what you got the sweet now, so because it is horribly bitter. And one of the best laxatives that I've ever found in my whole life that I'm loving, that I'm actually brewing up right now is some senna leaves. Senna leaves is like the best laxative in the world. It doesn't upset your stomach. It's very gentle and mild to your stomach. And it 3 hours. I've counted it, 3 hours. 3 hours, it's gonna get the best relief you've ever had in your whole life. I promise. If you want me to send you some, hit me up, queenfromcreation@gmail.com. I'll put you a little bit in the mail, and I'm gonna send them to you. So you can see what I'm talking about. You just want to dump 2 bottles of spring water on the leaves, or 1 bottle of spring water on the leaves, boil them on the stove, or put them in your teapot, and make you a nice little cup. And that is going to be some loveliness right there, I promise. Loveliness. So, I'm going to wrap this up, because I don't want to go for too long, because I got things to do. I can talk about this all day, and I am coming back with another commentary for you guys. I got tons of information. I don't want to spoil it. But I think I gave you enough information at least to get started and know what you need. When you're out to the store, start looking for your rolling pin, start looking for all your little metal, stainless steel spoons. You definitely, like I said, pot, everything. Measuring spoons, glass jars, the wood lids. Start saving your glass jars now. You should not be throwing away any glass jars at this point. That's just not working. I just want to say thank you for listening. I love you guys.